For those who don't know me, I'm Andy Campbell. I'm your superintendent for about 2 more weeks. I'm very happy to be here again with you guys tonight. So I'm going to just say a few things to start us off, and then we're going to jump into this because we do have a full agenda. Hopefully you all had one of these on your seat. For those who didn't, I think Kathy or someone's in the back that has some extra copies if you do need one. Okay. Yeah, Dewey. Thank you, Javier. Notice it's front and back. On the back, you'll see that we actually have the awardees as well as the presenters identified on the agenda itself. Okay. I just wrote one thing I'm going to actually read directly for you guys. So, again, I'm really happy that each of you are here to celebrate our truly exceptional staff. As everyone in this room surely knows, our teachers and classified staff play such a vital role for the health of this community in the Ojai Valley, as well as in the lives of our children. You help mold young minds, and you encourage students to challenge themselves on a daily basis. Parents trust our staff to look after their little ones, and as a young father myself, my son was in TK this year, so I know what that's like as a parent to have to give them over, but again, we have staff who invoke trust from parents and from this community. You help our young ones grow to become intelligent and caring people. Each of your jobs, regardless of what your role is in our district, requires a tremendous amount of patience, skill, understanding, and dedication. That's true of all 300 employees that we have in our district, serving Ojai Unified, but especially true of our honorees tonight who are exemplars of these traits. Again, I am going to just jump right in here, and we'll be pulling Rebecca up here soon because she can better speak to her awardees than I could. But I just want to, again, congratulate our honorees and thank those in this room who love them and care about them for being here as well. A few just protocol items and a few things to, a few folks who I want to thank for being here. First, and very importantly, I want to thank the Ojai Education Foundation. A few of the events that really are most special for our district as far as district-wide celebratory events couldn't be done without OEF. That's our breakfast in the fall, Ojai Celebrates at Nordhoff, as well as this event tonight. They co-sponsor this as well as they provide the funding to be able to purchase the gift certificates to the ranch house, which each of our honorees will be receiving in addition to their plaque. Maggie Rogers and Susan Leach are going to be helping present those awards, and Maggie's speaking at the end of our ceremony as well. So we have a number of board members here. If you can raise your hands so we can thank you. I also want to acknowledge our board members who are here. We have board members Mike Shanahan, Thane Whipple, and Jane Weil. On the topic of our board members, we have a board meeting that immediately follows this where we will be honoring our retirees as well as our Ventura County recognized classified employees of the year. So I encourage you to stick around for that really nice celebration as well. I do want to thank our nutrition services staff. We have Cindy and Francis in the back who have helped take this. Again, for those arriving late, feel free to go over and grab a cupcake and enjoy it while we have the celebration. It's going to probably go right to 5:30, which is our cutoff point because of our board meeting, or as close to that as possible. So feel free to enjoy throughout the celebration. Also, and lastly, I want to thank Kathy Smith, who I think actually to character is not here because she's continuing to work in preparation for our 5:30 meeting. But she drove.
I saw her working.
What's that?
I saw her working.
She really is the one who actually organized this and pulls it together. She's driven around Ventura County a couple times this week to get everything ready for us tonight. So I want to thank Kathy as well. And so, again, I hope you guys have the agenda. We have some smart folks in the room here tonight, so I think you guys are going to be able to pick up on the way that we do this. I'm not going to come back up and introduce each speaker, but I trust that you guys are each capable of following along. We're going to go right to left, top to bottom. So Rebecca, again, you're going to be up first. Rebecca will give her presentations, and I just ask if you're the next presenter and awardee that you would be ready, that when they wrap up, that you would be be making your way up here as well. For those who are being honored, you are welcome to speak when you come up here to receive your plaque, but if you'd rather not be put on the spot, that's fine as well. But if you do have guests with you, we'd love to have you introduce us to who's with you tonight. So without any further ado, Rebecca, why don't you come on up?
I am here to recognize the employees of A Place to Grow, which is something that's near and dear to my heart. That's where I started my career at OUSD. So the first one I'm going to recognize is Jennifer Fitzgerald. So it's with great pleasure that I'm speaking on behalf of Jennifer Fitzgerald as Teacher of the Year for A Place to Grow Preschool. When I began my career at OUSD many years ago as a special day preschool teacher, I was fortunate to have Jennifer as my first mentor. So her passion for her students was infectious. Her calm demeanor and expertise gave me many skills that have served me well throughout my career. Nothing speaks louder than the words of parents, so I want to share a few remarks from some of the parents from A Place to Grow. One parent says, Jennifer really makes everyone feel welcome in the classroom and is very open to listening to parents. Because she is so accepting and helpful, I have been able to open up to her, which is not easy for me. And I will say from experience that to take these fragile little 3-year-old kiddos and have them put into your care is really difficult for most of our parents. Another parent says, Jennifer is such a loving and kind teacher. She made me feel at ease leaving my children with her for the first time. I felt like they were with a nurturing and patient teacher. And Jennifer also has the admiration of her coworkers. So to quote them, to understand the scope of Jennifer's job, one would have to come and observe the amazing work that she does every day. Working with so many preschoolers with special needs and their families can be rewarding, but the road to progress is not easy. Jennifer knows how to celebrate the little things that make her job so rewarding. Such things as a little bit of eye contact, a sound that represents a request, a student that looks when you call their name, or recognizing that a child has just tried to communicate in a way that she taught them. Jennifer is a fantastic teacher, not only to the students, but also to her team. I valued working with her over the years, and I can second that. And Jennifer is an amazing teacher to all our kiddos, and not only that, an even more amazing leader to our team. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You want to introduce your family?
Okay, I have my son, Isaac, here, who's at Ojai Junior High, and my mom, Nancy.
Thank you. Thanks, Jennifer. And now Cheyenne. Silver, and she's being awarded as a Classified Employee of the Year for A Place to Grow Preschool. Cheyenne, this award is being given to you because of your initiative, professionalism, and expertise that is apparent in everything you do. I have admired these qualities in you, but no one knows your strengths better than the team you support at A Place to Grow. So I'm honored to share their admiration for you through the following. Cheyenne is more than deserving of this award. 2 years ago, Cheyenne came into the preschool classroom as a substitute for the day. In less than 5 minutes, we knew we wanted her to become a permanent addition to our team. Lucky for us, she did. Cheyenne has an incredible work ethic. She arrives to work early, never misses a day, and always gives 110%. She works well with our students and is a team player. Cheyenne is finishing her last year at Cal Lutheran, where she's getting a master's degree in special education, as well as a teaching credential in moderate to severe disabilities. Please don't forget OUSD. Though she will be missed by the entire staff at A Place to Grow Preschool, she is ready to embark on her teaching career in special education. And I'd like to share with you some thoughts from your coworkers. Cheyenne just gets it. She understands behavioral interventions, and she really listens to others and asks questions. She will skip her break, I shouldn't have said that, to help out when needed, and is never afraid to ask for help. All of these things make her an awesome team member. Cheyenne always goes above and beyond. She is the type of person who shows up early and stays late. I shouldn't have said that either. She is a true team player and a good friend. Cheyenne is conscientious and a valuable team member. It's been enjoyable watching her progression of her career choice. And Cheyenne is always willing to lend a helping hand when you need it. She has eyes in the back of her head, which is imperative in the preschool, and is aware of all that is going on around her. She is often the first staff member to assist the children during a time of need. Congratulations, Cheyenne. You're truly deserving.
My brother Dylan, and then my father Scott.
And did you want to say anything?
Just thank you, everyone, and thank you at A Place to Grow. I love you guys. So thank you.
And thank you.
Hi, I'm Becky Beckett representing Chaparral High School, and it is my honor to first recognize as Teacher of the Year, Leanna Graham. Leanna has been at Chaparral High School for more than 30 years, and in that capacity, she has done just about everything. She has worked there as a classroom teacher. She's also been an independent study teacher, and I have heard from students and parents that she saved their child with her independent study teaching, that they were just not happy, were not doing well, and thanks to the way that she was able to work personally with them, that they were able to get the work done and get their diploma. I have never, ever, ever heard you raise your voice.
That's true. Yeah, I sound like a mouse, or funny.
She has the parent-teacher voice, where it's clear when she's being firm, but I've never heard you raise your voice. So her interactions with the students are always kind and appropriate. Her interactions with staff are always respectful and kind and supportive. And in line with being supportive, she is there as a teacher for the first period, which is our advisory period. So that's really acting as a counselor to about 20 students. And then she has independent study after that. But when we need her to cover for other teachers in the second, third, or fourth period, she is always ready to do that. And sometimes that's with advance notice, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just, Leanna, something's happening and I can't come to my classroom, can you stay? And she does. She never says anything about it. She just steps up and she does it. She has a background in home economics, so she has taught our students how to sew buttons on their clothes, how to stitch up, repair their backpacks.
Uh-huh.
She has even substituted for one of our career tech teachers in the hospitality class. So she goes above and beyond. She's there to support everybody, and she is a wealth of information whenever we're thinking of trying something at Chaparral. It took me a while to learn it, but ask Leanna first. Have you done this here before, and did it work? Because she knows the history, and she's had parents of some of our students who are generational now.
I have.
And who do you have here with you?
My mom, who so supported me in everything, and was a community college chancellor secretary as a career for years at Ventura Community College District. So, yeah, this is home away from home.
We're very fortunate to have Leanna with us.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Those are nice words. Thank you.
For classified Person of the Year from Chaparral High School, it's my honor to recognize Jadine Felgar. guess it from the way she's dressed, but she is our custodian. Not that you don't look this nice when you're thinking, but I have to say that our walkways and our bathrooms have never looked so nice. And it's not just staff that has noticed that, students have noticed that and remarked on it. She thinks of things that we don't have to ask her to do what's needed. She has her regular cleaning to do, but when she sees something that needs to be done, whether it would be really her job to do it or not, she does it. She's watered plants, transplanted plants, fixed things. We fixed a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, we did together.
But she's always upbeat. She works hard. She takes pride in her work, and it shows. And it makes a difference for those of us who work there and for the students that come to school there to know that we're cared for and that the place is cared for. And we really appreciate what you do to support us, and it's just fun to see you around.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
Thank you. Beautiful. My mom is over here with the white hair, blonde hair, and my sister had my hair with the camera.
She also makes beautiful jewelry.
Oh, I give away earrings too to all the girls. I really love everybody here. They've been so kind. I kind of was, in a low place. When I first started, I did crosswalk, and then it took a year, and then I got to here. But everybody's so kind here, and it feels good. It feels very comfortable. I feel at home, in a sense, Thank you.
You guys are getting this.
Yeah, we got it.
Great.
We got it down.
Both of us are.
I would like to introduce you to Kyle Rader. I am thrilled and with joy to introduce you to him. And with sadness, I will also tell you that he's been with us for 2 years, and he has been an unbelievable addition to our campus, and he's leaving us to go teach somewhere else. So we did have the joy.
We try to keep him here.
We've done everything.
We try.
And we have you not, Kyle? We have bribed you. We have.
The lunch.
I'll cook for him.
Yeah, we've done everything. I would like to share, I think you guys can tell by the way Javier and I are talking about him, how we feel about him, and I will tell you that all of our teachers feel the same way.
And our students.
And our students. But I want you to see the impact that he has had on a student in our district. He has changed her life, and I'm going to read this to you. I have been in Mr. Rader's classes now for the past 2 years, so this student had him for both 7th and 8th grade. Before I came to junior high, I hated elementary school, and after here and Mr. Rader, I loved it. He pushed me to do more things. I improved my math skills. Because of the practice we did in language arts, I have become a better reader, and I actually enjoy it now. In 7th grade, I ended up getting straight A's for the first time in my life, and I made Honor Society. I was also selected as student of the trimester, which not very many kids get, and I got it for 2 trimesters. He helped me write my first resume, and I learned how to interview. I did so well in 7th grade that in 8th grade I was moved up to a pre-algebra class and have gotten straight A's all year in there too. I was also put in an 8th grade science and social studies class, which she had not been in previously, and have been getting A's in those classes. It is because of Mr. Rader and all of the special attention that he gives to me and all of the students that I have done so well. He is wonderful.
I just want to add that, Kyle really changed the culture of our campus for better. Every Friday he will volunteer. He's a DJ. You guys know that? I've never told you. So he brought his equipment out to the quad and played music for all kids. And he encouraged all kids, particularly the ones that he had in special education, to be out there dancing, playing an instrument, and just join him on Friday. So he will greatly be missed. And if it doesn't work out, you know where we're at. Okay? Thanks, Scott.
Thank you. I have my mom here and my better half Jackie and our little Budsky Annika.
All right.
Okay, next we have Chantal. Please come up here, Chantal. Let's hear it for Chantal. I cannot say enough good things about Chantal. We got just very lucky with her this year. She runs our EL class. She's got a few students, newcomers particularly, who she's been really pushing, encouraging them to do the best they can. And the way I describe how we got Chantal is, it was a clear day, it got cloudy, a couple of thunderstorms, and then she appeared. So we got very lucky with her. Even though she's only a part-time employee, she spends a lot of time just prepping and getting ready and making sure that her kids are getting the best possible options, the best opportunities, the best possible education they can possibly get. I'll tell you about a little thing that I experienced at the beginning of the year. I was in Matilha Friday. Everybody's gone. The campus is there's nobody there. It was Friday afternoon, way past the end day, and there was one person that working in the classroom, and it was Chantal. And I experienced that more than once. So I'm inspired by your work ethic. Mm-hmm. Thanks for everything you've done for our kids. Every time I walk into her classroom is very well organized. Her kids are always engaged. And what's really important to us, I know the curriculum is important, math is important, English is important, but what's really important is that the kids know that they can trust you. Mm-hmm. They really do. And you've really become a mother figure for them. Yeah. And here are a couple of things that, before I do that, she also helps us with supervision during recess. And she's on him. She is on those kids. Okay? She is on him, making sure that the area is clean, right? Encouraging them to make better choices. And here are some of the things that her students had to say about her. She said, Mrs. S, they call her Miss S. Es una persona muy amable y muy chistosa. Raise your hand if you have no idea what I just said. All right, you got to take a Spanish class this summer. Or I can translate it. What this particular student said, Mrs. S is a very kind and very funny person. Another student says, I am very grateful for all the good advice that you have given me and for all your support through the year. Another student said, thank you for all the good things you have taught us in your classroom and for putting up with all of our nonsense. And I think you know who this person was.
I do know.
All right. So it's a great honor for me to stand here before you to present our Classified Employee of the Year, Chantal. Who do you have with you, Chantal?
Yeah, who is with you? I think I know.
My daughter Natalie.
Very good. Who we just found out will be intern at Matilha next year, right? With the cancer. And another after you? Okay, so right on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Chantal. And if you haven't figured out where to keep insurance.
Middle school.
Well, it is my pleasure to introduce Miss Sandra Hansen, who I'm sure you all know very well. She is no stranger to the district as well as Ojai. But Sandra reminded me today that she and I began our teaching career when at Larry Hartman's swim school when we taught swimming lessons, and I think I was 16 and you were 14.
20-ish.
20-ish. I forgot about that. So Sandra is one of the, when Miss Dutter sent me forwarded all the comments the teachers had said, one of the common themes was team player. And this is somebody that everyone wants to work with, except that she taught upper grade. And then people were like, well, maybe we'll just wave to her from the section. Did so well with the upper grade. She was at the helm of Catalina. She's out there. She has this graduation thing down. You got this, Miss Hansen. I'll just, you show me the lead. She's so easy to work with. It is so funny because on a daily basis, I'll say, okay, I just did this thing. I don't know if you're going to like it. And she's like, I already love it. Yes, whatever you're going to say, I'm a go. I'm on board. So, and she's so quick to laugh. at things that I'm just so frustrated by, and I come up and say, guess what just happened? And she laughs, and I said, I want to be just like you when I grow up, because she finds the absolute humor in something that I'm like, was that funny? I guess it was funny. We're gonna say it was funny. Am I laughing or am I crying? Okay, she's laughing. She is so sweet with her students, and she has been doing this play. If you could have, I wish I could have videotaped and done a little clip, because she dresses up in her Greek costume, and she has the kids up there, and it was so adorable that her mom, I'm sitting next to Sandra's mom, she said, I got a call that I had to come and see my daughter's play. And I'm like, how adorable, how cute is that? And the kids absolutely love her. It was so easy for me as a 5th grade teacher for the past several years, when you're dividing your kids up and where am I going to put my baby? And I'm like, that's easy. Miss Hanson's got it. The only problem was this year that I also had 6th grade, and so my kids would look out the window at all the fun things that Mrs. Hanson and her kids were doing, and I'm like, oh, that's all right. We're doing math.
We did math too.
Yeah, no. She did too. I apologize. They were doing math too. But anyways, so easy to work with, such a pleasure. Everyone just said congratulations, and I did have it on my phone, all the comments, but the common theme was so easy, team player, children love you, and congratulations to Sandra.
Thank you. Well, I get to go to the ranch house, and my daughter-in-law and my granddaughter work there, and brought my mother, who's the tiny little one in the corner over there.
Biggest fan.
My biggest fan. She's been coming and working in my classroom for about 55 years now. Well, from kindergarten through, you know. And my sweet husband, who listens to me every evening. Of course she is.
Just in case anybody was wondering, it's time for the library computer lab and the library, which my special guest of honor right here usually handles. This is Catherine McInnes, and she was voted by the Miners Oaks staff as the Classified Employee of the Year, and for good reason. She handles our lab, the computer lab, quite well, but her real love is the library. And I've never known anybody who can bring the magic of story and the magic of reading so close to everybody's heart. It's not just the kids on campus, it's the adults. It's the parents who are coming by to pick something up, and all of a sudden they're engaged in a conversation about their favorite book that they grew up with. So Catherine is such an important part of our campus. We have to share her with Miramonte School right now. I would love to bring her on full time, but I know that there's somebody across the way who would compete me quite heavily on that, because she brings that magic of reading to all the students, Miramonte and Miners Oaks. The staff was quite effusive in some of the comments they had about why they wanted her chosen as the Classified Employee of the Year. And it has quite a bit to do with reading, as well as she's very dedicated in what she does. It's not just reading and books, but that's what drives, it's her passion. And so some of the other things that she does is she writes a bunch of grants, she gets more books on campus, trades out the old ones, and makes sure that we have a robust body of work to choose from. She helps the kids choose books that they may not know that they'd be interested in, but she can tell a little bit about the storyline to catch their interest. And she knows that because she's read all those books. She is an avid reader of kid books as well as adult books. So she's helped me discover some new authors that I'm planning on reading this summer. But some of the staff shared that her passion and love found on the pages of each book in her library brings such a magical experience to the stories they hold. She's the most amazing librarian ever, and she helps children discover the magic of reading and fosters the desire to read different genres. Catherine has created such a special place to visit, the library. It's neat and organized, but Catherine also welcomes each student with a sense of, I'm glad you're here. We love how she reads at each visit. She spends time writing grants so we can buy more books for the library, and she keeps the computer lab going. And many of you know that we have, funded by the OEF, every Tuesday and Thursday night, we have the library and computer lab time in the evening from 5:30 to 7:30, and Catherine McInnes covers that. I think we've finally clued on as to why we have such high attendance on a regular basis, and it's because of her. There's this great big treasure box in the middle of the lab, and when the kids finish their academic type of goals for the evening, then they get to go over and check out something in the treasure box that she's provided. So she's that type of person always looking for a way to inspire kids to move up and beyond. And from the students, they said, I like her. She reads stories to my class. She has curly hair. She helps me find books I like. She's really pretty. She makes me feel special. And Brian Herrera said, she's really nice. And Eric Arriaga, I love how when she reads stories, she reads with so much passion and drama. And I got that word for word because I made him repeat it. Okay, say that again. So, Catherine, way to go. You have brought that magic of learning and reading that will impact these kids forever. And you've had such a positive impact on the staff. So, thank you so much. Congratulations. And did you bring anything with you?
Well, because I love books, I brought a librarian.
Okay, thank you.
Unfortunately, tonight is Miramani's back to school night. And so Catherine was not able to, Miss White was not able to make it tonight for her presentation. So we tried to do a 21st century technology effort, and that was unsuccessful. So this is more 20th century technology. We will do our best and hope that you guys are able to at least hear, although you may not be able to see.
Hi everyone. I'm honored to present our Certificate and Classified Employees of the Year, and I apologize for not being in attendance in person. June Sears was selected by her peers as our Certificated Employee of the Year. June teaches a transitional kindergarten class. These are grade levels that many teachers would never consider teaching, plus it is a combination class. On top of teaching students that require a change of activity almost every 10 minutes, her teaching schedule is one that is so complex that I regularly have to ask her which days she has certain programs. Here's her schedule. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, June teaches only her English language learners from 8:15 to 8:45. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, she has her prep time during that time, while these same students are receiving their EL instruction in a different setting. From 9 o'clock to 11:45, June teaches a combination class of the TK and K. Her TK students leave after lunch. From lunch until 2 o'clock, she teaches straight kindergarten. After 2 o'clock, she provides remedial instruction to a small group of her kindergarten students who need a little additional help. June is an outstanding educator. She knows what academic skills her students have and have not learned by tracking their progress both formally and informally. She also knows where each student is with their social development. She plans her lessons to meet their needs and regularly meets with parents in order to work side by side with them. In addition to being a superstar teacher, June is at the top of the list of the teachers on our campus who make themselves available to help with activities that are outside of the instructional day. This year, she even took on the responsibility of being the PTO vice president. She has attended every evening PTO meeting, offered suggestions, and taken on miscellaneous PTO tasks. She has supported our Food Truck Friday event by selling the bingo cards, and during this time, she's also mingling with parents and jumping in to help wherever she is needed. Last week, June spent the night as she does annually at our campout. She checked parents in as they arrived, helped with the pancake and sausage cooking in the morning, flipped circuits back on when they flipped off, and was one of the last people to leave as she helped dump the trash on the way out. In addition to being one of the first teachers to arrive and last to leave daily, she teaches Saturday school regularly and has helped with 2 evening silent auctions this year. June is selfless and humble. Many times what she does is behind the scenes. She doesn't do these extras for recognition. She does them to improve the school experience for staff, students, and parents. Thank you for all you do, June Sears.
Again, unfortunately, June's not able to make it because she's also at the back to school night, or the open house. So we are going to transition or move on to Ricardo, our classified employee of the year for Miramonte. Again, I apologize that the sound quality is not a little louder, but hopefully at least the front quarter of you heard that. She said nice things.
Hi again. I apologize for not being there in person, Ricardo, and I hope you're there. Ricardo is our lead morning custodian. He's been with us for 3 years. He had really big shoes to fill when he was hired, since he was filling a position that had been held by a much loved and hard-working custodian here at Miramonte who retired. Ricardo begins his day at 5:30 a.m. Before the school day begins for students, he's busy hustling around to get rooms clean before the bell. After the bell rings, the other tasks are completed: cleaning the staff room, multi-use room, bathrooms, etc. It's during this time he is having to work around all of us who are not in the classrooms. We frequently get in his way, ask him to do things for us, and mess up his routine. On top of this, flooding toilets, spills, vomit issues, objects that need to be removed for staff or parents, disposing of dead animals like gophers and birds, and other interruptions occur. He takes all of this in stride. He knows this is just what happens and it's part of the job. In addition to the regular tasks he completes as part of his position, Ricardo is always willing to do more. That's really fortunate because I always have more for him to do. I think for the first time last week, he said to me, "Mrs. White, I think you need to write all of this down." We both had to laugh at that moment. Ricardo knows I have high expectations for the way the school looks and the cleanliness. We work well together. He has a strong work ethic. He is dedicated, responsible, respectful, honest, helpful, grateful, and kind. He goes above and beyond for our school. He has maintenance skills far above what is needed to fulfill the role of a custodian. And we frequently call upon these maintenance skills to work on additional projects around the school. Ricardo always has a smile on his face and a friendly greeting. On top of that, he has a good sense of humor. Congratulations, Ricardo. This is an honor well deserved.
I don't think I see Ricardo. I think he probably is over at Miramonte as well. But congratulations to both of our Miramonte staff of the year.
This is Maggie Burke, and forgive me for reading. I'm not as polished as the speaker as I'd like to be, but I want to make sure what's come from the heart comes out correctly out of the mouth. Though Maggie is relatively new to Nordhoff, she's made an impact worthy of a veteran teacher. She accepted a leadership position, chair of the English department, despite being one of the newest members to that department. Maggie also offered to mentor a new teacher as part of her induction program, and also created a club on campus open to both staff and students. Maggie has also volunteered to chaperone dances, supervise our all-night senior grad night, and regularly shows up after hours for students' games and performances. And here's what one of her colleagues had to say about her. Maggie's been a fabulous mentor to me, and from what I observed, a fabulous mentor to her students. She is full-hearted and invested in her job, and I feel as though she's genuine and honorable in all things she does on campus. She is thoughtful with her words and treats staff and students with kindness and respect. Even though Maggie lives in Santa Barbara, she makes the long commute to Ojai every day because she's a dedicated and committed professional who cares so much about our school and our students. She's a terrific role model, and it gives me great pride to honor our Teacher of the Year, Maggie Burke. Maggie, who do you have here with you today?
My name's Steve Marco.
Denise Rimpa, please come on up. Denise is our librarian, but she's so much more than that. She's a class advisor, a member of multiple committees, and most importantly, she's a mom to many of our needy students. Denise loves Nordhoff and our students, and it shows every day she's on campus. Her bright smile is a ray of sunshine on even the cloudiest days, and her energy and enthusiasm is so contagious, it can't help but lift the spirits of staff and students alike. Denise champions our students' causes and goes above and beyond to make sure they feel loved and cared for. She provides food to our students in the after-school tutoring program, especially our student athletes who are rushing to finish their homework before heading off to practice. Denise makes the library welcoming to all students, and it shows in the number of students who use that on a daily basis. We have so many staff members who are dedicated to our mission at Nordhoff, but not as many who bleed blue and gold like Denise. It's my honor to recognize Nordhoff's Classified Employee of the Year, Denise Rimpa. What do you have here today?
So my husband, Carl, and my children, Melissa, Meredith, and Joseph.
It is my privilege to introduce Kate Spiva to you. Most of you probably know her. There's very few things she has not done in this district. I remember the very first day we met at San Antonio. She was a platinum blonde and had on a blue polka dot vest. I knew that you were a perfect fit for our campus. Over the course of the next few years, I have learned that there's absolutely nothing that Kate won't do. When I think about Kate, I know that she values change, loves a challenge, and embraces each day with enthusiasm and positivity. Just to name a few of the jobs that she's done, she's taken on being a school site council member, our SST coordinator, the union treasurer, 504 coordinator, Saturday school coordinator, and I thought of one other one. And is now our district EL coordinator. I think I might have mentioned the other day, let's not offer Kate any more jobs, because she'll just say yes. All of this while being a rock star teacher. Kate and I started out as colleagues. She was just down the hall, and it was truly a privilege to collaborate with her. We'd meet in the afternoons, we'd brainstorm crazy science projects, labs, writing activities, and it was truly a joy to be able to work with you. She was the first teacher I knew of who removed all the desks and chairs from her classroom, tried alternative seating, and everything that she has done is innovative and transformational. She's helped me to grow as a teacher and a person, continually looking for ways to be innovative. She's one of the most dynamic, creative individuals you will ever meet. She is the definition of an experiential teacher. Her class has been in flight simulators, flown airplanes in the Santa Paula airport. She's helped them publish novels, had amazing, I won't go into detail, science experiments in her classroom, facilitated gourmet cooking lessons, and through it all kept a smile on her face and looking for new opportunities to help her students grow. One of the characteristics that I love most about you is your dedication to students, and I can say that because you've had two of mine. Her ability to genuinely connect and challenge her students is truly remarkable. She has an uncanny ability to meet each and every child where they're at and help them grow. You're an amazing teacher and an amazing friend, and you have left your mark on so many students. They will be better human beings because of your influence. Matilaha is lucky to have you. But I have to say that we are going to miss you very much. We're going to miss your enthusiasm, your dedication, your commitment to our campus, and I'm going to miss your smiling face every morning. I look forward to seeing all of the amazing things that you accomplish, and in just the 5 years you've been in Ojai Unified, it's already been a lot. So you make your classroom, our campus, our school system, and the world a better place. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I have my father, Ron Johnson, and my husband, Brent Spider.
I have to compose myself a little bit, but I want to welcome up our classified employee of the year, Mr. Richard Rowe. Well, the first time I met Richard, I saw a tough facade that quickly melted away to someone who was kind, compassionate, and extremely dedicated to doing the best work possible. Though I've only known Richard for a short time, he has quickly become a friend on campus who can be counted on for just about everything. I have seen him fix everything from leaky pipes to scraped knees with a smile on his face. He comes in early, stays late, and sometimes even comes in on the weekend to make sure that our campus is the best that it can be. He strives to make the world a better place, one job at a time. When he is cruising the halls, he has a fan club following him. And I can't tell you how many Mr. Rich stories I hear from my 6th graders. At a school site, the kids come first no matter what we do. And Richard excels in making sure that not only is our campus clean and safe, but that our students feel cared for and special. I am moving school sites this summer, and before I had a chance to process what all that would entail, Richard had started collecting boxes and offering to help pack and schlep things for me. He had my move figured out well before I did. Of course, I get to move to Matilha to teach 6th grade with his amazing sister Caroline Stubbs. So I get to have my fill of Mr. Rich stories going forward. I asked her for some stories as I was preparing for today, and she said, "Let me think of some that would be appropriate and get back to you." She noted that growing up, he was quite the athlete who loved his little sister and bossing her around. He taught her how to throw and catch and brought her camping and let her hang out with him. He still loves to fish and take long drives into beautiful places. He plays hard and works hard. At school, the staff has been reflecting on what a great addition Rich has been to our staff as well. Mrs. Gard said, "He can't seem to get away from the Gard family. Richard lived 3 houses away from us when he moved on to Grandview in 2000, and ever since then, he's been helping Steve and I with our roof, our plumbing, our broken this, and our broken that." Our kids grew up together, racing up and down the sidewalk on scooters, playing on the Rowe family rope swing, sneaking junk food at the Gard house. And it seems fitting that after almost 20 years, Richard is still helping me. Just this week, we had quite the conundrum in our class. I asked Richard to please help. He dropped what he was doing and came to the rescue until the issue was resolved. I really appreciate Richard for stepping into this position mid-year. He's a huge part of what makes our community flow. Today, he looked like a celebrity signing yearbooks with crowds of cheering kids. Miss McAlpine said, "Richard is so easygoing and flexible, and I love his dry sense of humor. I love that he takes his breaks watching the students play at PE class. He has a kind heart." Mrs. McMillan and Mrs. Munson noted that he's always seeing things before anyone else and is perceptive of everything going on. He helps steer the school ship in the right direction. He's downright amazing and keeps us all laughing. And Mrs. Usher wanted me to address it to you. "Richard, it was great to hear you're being honored for your services at San Antonio. I appreciate your sense of humor and our conversations. You genuinely care about people, and the school is seen with your getting to know the children by name and your concern that my classroom is in top order for the students. I acknowledge the challenges that were left behind due to multiple incidents in my room, and I've got it. No glitter, no tinsel." So from all of us at San Antonio, we are grateful to call you Mr. Richard Rowe, a San Antonio Hawk, and our classified president.
My dad, my girlfriend Jenny, and my sister Caroline.
think I'm last with that bag full of props. So, I'm here to talk today about Brenda Hill, who is our certificated Topa Topa Teacher of the Year. And I know how awkward it is to stand up here, so I thought it'd be better if she maybe just had an armful of things that I'll take her. And I don't know how many she can hold. You don't have to hold them all, just a few. Okay. Brenda and I have been colleagues and friends for over 20 years, and we have weathered many storms, literal, figurative. We've had floods and fires. 9/11, I remember sheer panic that morning. Calm, not at all. She was going to weather that. Falling trees. She's taught almost every single grade level in elementary school. I think kindergarten is the only one you didn't teach.
Summer school one time.
At summer school, as well as middle school, as well as high school, as well as adult school. So she really has seen the whole picture of what it's like to teach in Ojai Unified. She is innovative. She has been researching curriculum and technology, and she works to stay current on all of these things. She is our tech guru at school. We go to her anytime we have a question. What cord do I need for this computer? Will this support that? Why won't this run? How do I find this? She's the one that knows all the answers. She's led the way in promoting and encouraging technology at our school and in her classroom. She's been, even though she might not know it or think it, a staunch environmentalist, working to go paperless in her classroom, riding her bike to work almost every day. She lives in Miners Oaks. I live 2 blocks away. I rarely ride my bike. And then upcycling material for her famous desk pets. A word on desk pets. Brenda's first year at Topa Topa, she had a really challenging student who really needed the extra, the love, the time, and she decided that he needed a lovey. And instead of going out and buying something, she went home and sewed it. And she brought it back to school, and this student was immediately enamored, but so were all the other children in the class. And everybody wanted a desk pet. And so Brenda spent that year making desk pets, which she then thought would be something of the past. But then the students that were coming up heard about desk pets, and they wanted desk pets, and every year subsequent to that. And so desk pets became the thing that she, at the beginning, just made, and then decided, this could really work for me. I could really use this. And so she established a point system, and there were ways to earn desk pets, and students were enamored, and everybody wanted a desk pet. And all 3 of my children have been students in her class. And so I can't emphasize enough the amount of time that it has to take to go home and sew for every student in your class a desk pet. And these are just my children, my 3 children. And I just feel that I have to let you know that this is a lot of work. And this is an amazing thing that a human being does for someone else. Okay, I'm not going to cry. And I have to also point out, just because some of you might not have heard about desk pets, which is crazy because it feels like everybody knows, but every desk pet that she hand sews comes tattooed with I love and the initials of the student that she's giving that desk pet to. And every desk pet comes with a book, and the book tells the story of that student. It talks about their likes, what they love at school, who they like to play with, and it has pages. Kids who are lucky enough to earn a little bit more points can buy a pocket pet that goes along with their desk pet and sits in the pocket that's in the back for their little book. I cannot imagine, and I don't know if she knows, how many she has sewn through the years. And they've changed. They all started out as bears, and then through the years she's given options. There have been sharks. There was a moose. There have been otters and mice and bunnies and dogs and cats. I might be forgetting something. Monkeys. And the material that she uses has come as gifts from families through the years now. She goes out and finds remnants all over the place, but the love and time that go into this is so surreal to me. Last night, I'm going to point this out, you're going to hate me. Last night, my son, who is in her class right now, my last one, earned his second and last desk pet of the year. And I think he literally finished earning his points for it yesterday. So Brenda went home, and in her spare time, she sewed an entire bear and wrote a book for my son yesterday. And it's the most outstanding and amazing thing that I could ever even imagine. And not just for my kid, I mean, this one is my kid's, but for every kid that she's ever had that she's given this gift and who has really felt empowered by earning the points to be able to be a part of that little community of students that she has had. She has had all three of my children, I said that, and she has actually received this award quite a few times through the years, and every time deservedly so. This year I'm a little more emotional, I think, because she has my last child leaving elementary school and because she is moving on to be a TOSA, a teacher on special assignment, next year at Matilaha. And it's going to just be really strange to not have her right through the door. Our classrooms share a door. But I know I have to say, Matilaha is lucky she will be on their campus. Students at Matilaha will benefit from her expertise and her love and her passion for what she does. And we are super sad that she won't be with us next year, but we understand that she's coming back after her TOSA year. And let me turn the page because there's so much to say. My respect for her is immeasurable. I am grateful to know and work with her, to call her a friend, and to have my own children have been in class with her. And one more thing, I asked a number of students from your class to say, what do you think about Mrs. Hill? She's great, she's nice, she's outstanding. Desk pets. She makes us take responsibility. She's helping us get ready to be responsible at Matilaha Middle School. She cares.
Thank you, and thank you, Karen. My husband Roland is here, and I see some older friends.
I want one. Thank you, yes, and I want one. Francis Gonzalez, come on down. Francis is Topa Topa's Classified Person of the Year. And Angie Janassi wanted to talk about you, but couldn't be here, so I get to read what Angie wrote. So this is from Angie Janassi. She said, I'm so pleased that Francis is receiving the Classified Employee of the Year award. I can't think of another person who deserves this award more. She's transformed our school cafeteria not only through her culinary expertise, but also because of her commitment to the students' health, the culture of the school, and the betterment of the district. Because I help serve food to the kindergarten through second grade students, I see firsthand Frances's thought and caring. She regularly adjusts the menu to ensure what she serves for entrees, uses what we have in the warehouse, and in turn saves the district money. Very good. She plans the salad bar so that what she provides for the side dish is a complement to the entrees, and to make sure there is no food waste, she puts together pasta salads, bean salads, and coleslaws. When she first did this, the students looked at the salads and skipped right past. Now those same students regularly choose any one of those salads to go with their lunch. Frances's commitment to serving the students healthy food goes beyond just doing the job. By her own volition, she's eliminated the extra sugar from the morning snack breakfast, making every teacher in the school happy, and often serves the kids home-cooked eggs and toast, egg, cheese, and English muffins, or Egg McFrancis, as I like to call them. And she makes her special oatmeal. She's transforming the way students eat and sending a message to every family that chooses a school-cooked meal. Her message is one of caring and health. Frances knows the students by name. Some you learned a lot quicker than others, right? And all of the students' food preferences, such as which ones like cheese and which ones don't. She's transformed an entire school into pozole eaters. That was today, right? And help uplift our Hispanic students by serving a food that's important to their culture and families. For me, a person who loves good food and loves to cook, this is Angie, not me. thought I'd clarify that. It has been a joy helping out in the cafeteria and seeing what a school cafeteria can be if someone cares enough to serve our students, not just food, good food, but great food. To give you an idea of what an impact Francis has had at our school, when I heard Francis was leaving to accept the position at Nordhoff, I was in the cafeteria helping. Again, this is Angie, not me, okay. I stomped out of the cafeteria upset, although I would have, screwed up my face until I got into my classroom and then promptly burst into tears. It took me 2 days to get over my sadness and be able to congratulate her on the new position. Francis, thank you for showing us what school food can be. You deserve this award.
My 4 kids.
3 of the 4 kids, raise your hands.
It's that. Thank you.
Got it, sorry.
Hi everybody, I'm Cindy and I'm the Supervisor of Transportation Department. This is Kay Mason and Randy. Transportation is, I feel like, an unsung hero. The lengths that my drivers go on a regular basis, daily, is amazing. You have somebody who is putting their child who maybe is nonverbal on a van with a stranger. Well, with them, the families consider them the step-grandparents. The kids the step-grandparents. You know, we had a substitute riding with the other day, and the parent was like, "Randy, you're not leaving, right?" You know? He's like, "Okay." The lengths they go, they drive medically fragile kids. They drive kids that can be aggressive. They go above and beyond on a daily basis with these kids. Kay remembers every kid's birthday, and even after they've come out of the system and they're no longer Ojai Unified, she still sends them birthday cards and comes in and has everybody from transportation sign them. You know, so, I mean, once they're a K kid, they're always a K kid. You know, Randy, I had kids that other drivers wouldn't drive, and he's right there. You know, they go above and beyond. And I kind of have a funny story. One day, there was an issue on the van, and they had to pull over, and we had to call the highway patrol. So I went running down there, and the highway patrol gets there, opens the door, shuts the door, and calls for backup. I pull up, and he's like, "You're not going in there." And I said, "Well, you're not." And there's Kay, little Kay, with this student, talking her down, calming her down. A highway patrol officer with a gun and a badge wouldn't do it. Yeah, he offered her a sticker. Yeah. So, you know, the things that we do, the things that, they're just amazing. They're always here. You know, they never call in sick. They know we're always, you know, chasing our tails and trying to get things covered. So they're amazing, and I feel very, very blessed that they're part of my team.
Sister Pam and Arlene, and the group from transportation, my girls. And the driver.
I have my wife here, Jackie.
We're doing the closing.
Oh. We're going to make this short and sweet. I would like to just, on behalf of OEF, thank all the teachers and staff that were honored tonight. the work we do is because of the work you guys do, and I get emotional, sorry. And Ojai USD is such an amazing place, and it is because of people like you, so thank you so much.
That's our program. Thank you very much for being here tonight.